Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Chinese pod lesson. I'm Joe.
大家好，我是庆林，欢迎来到中文播客。
In today's lesson, we will have small talk, and exactly that kind of small talk that you as a foreigner will hear a lot. Like when the first time you meet somebody, you will definitely hear some questions like, "Oh, where are you from and how long have you been here?"
你从哪里来？你来多久了？
So in our dialogue, we have a similar situation as well, and you will hear the words for the first time
第一次，
and to think.
觉得，
So let's check it out right now.
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
The conversation here is between a curious taxi driver and his passenger, but let's check it out line by line first.
第一次来吗？
Are you here for the first time?
第一次来吗？
Are you here for the first time?
第一次来吗？不是，这是第三次。
No, this is the third time.
不是，这是第三次。
No, this is the third time.
不是，这是第三次。觉得上海人怎么样？
What do you think about Shanghainese people?
觉得上海人怎么样？
What do you think about Shanghainese people?
觉得上海人怎么样？很有意思，
They are very interesting.
很有意思，
They are very interesting.
很有意思。
You'll definitely come across small talks that are similar to this one when you are in China or even when you talk to maybe Chinese people in your country as well. Please notice here before we go on that you won't find any words for I or you in the whole dialogue, and this is because these kind of subjects can often be left out in Chinese when they are clear from the context. So don't get confused by this. Okay, the whole dialogue started with the question, "Hey, are you here for the first time?"
第一次来吗？
And here we use the verb to come.
来，
And this is paired together with the first time. So let's check this the first time together a little bit. Here we have the word for the first.
第一，
So we use this D and then the number to put up ordinal numbers like first or second or third. So how would we say second?
第二，
And third?
第三，
And so on. And together with the counting word here we have the counting words for times.
次，
This becomes the first time.
第一次，第一次。
And all together, this is followed by a question particle in the end, which is
吗？
and this then becomes is like first time come question. So are you here for the first time? And then the answer is
不是，这是第三次。
so he says no, and then he uses this is
这是
the third time.
第三次。
Okay, so let's practice these ordinal numbers with time a little bit more maybe. Let me ask you a question. When did you drink alcohol for the first time?
哦，我18岁第一次喝酒。
So at the age of 18.
那就你第一次出国去哪儿？
Let me think. The first time I went abroad, I think that was Bulgaria. How do we say Bulgaria in Chinese?
保加利亚。
保加利亚。
对，
Okay.
就你吃过臭豆腐吗？
吃过。
哇，那第一次吃臭豆腐跟谁？
The first time I had stinky tofu was with my Chinese friend.
哦，跟你的中国朋友。
Until now, we've only used these ordinal numbers together with the measurement word for times. But in Chinese, we have many different measurement words. So for example, I could use these ordinal number plus measurement words to say something like the first thing as well.
第一个。
So this would be like the first thing, the first something. And ge is a measurement word for, you can pretty much use it for almost everything if you're not sure about the measurement words. So it's very helpful. And this is, for example, would be, oh, which one do you want? Oh, I want the first.
第一个。
The first, okay. And you could have other measurements words as well. So if you're in Chinese classes, for example, what you will often hear is like the first page.
第一页。
And this could come with like up to the 200th page or something. So it's only just di, then the number, and then ye. So you can say this as well. And it can come, of course, with times as well. So it could be the first day of something.
第一天。
Tian. Or it could be the first year.
第一年。
So all these work perfectly together with this di something. So the passenger has been to Shanghai for 3 times already. And then the taxi driver continues curiously asking,
觉得上海人怎么样？
so how do you think are Shanghainese people? And here we have the verb to think.
觉得，觉得
And in the end we have a question word,
怎么样？
which actually is made up of 怎么, which is how, and then yang, which means a kind of type, pattern, or way. So together this would be like, how is this? Or, yeah, how about this? How is this? And then we have a topic in the middle, which is Shanghainese people. And all together it becomes,
觉得上海人怎么样？
Lin, what would be some other small talk question that you can often hear?
好，觉得上海怎么样？
Okay, so here you're not asking for the Shanghainese people, but only for the city itself. So how do you think is Shanghai?
觉得中国菜怎么样？
Yeah, very common question as well, because always they are interested in how do you like the food in China. So how do you think about the Chinese cuisine?
觉得今天天气怎么样？
Probably the most common small talk topic all the time, right? Like, how do you think about today's weather? Keep in mind that you will often hear this question even in a shorter version without the think part of it.
今天天气怎么样？
So how is today's weather? Just without any subject and without any to think. If I wanted to answer this question, I wouldn't be like, oh, it's amazing or it's very good. How would I say this?
非常好，
Oh, 非常好.
非常好，非常好。
Okay. Or if it's like, yeah, it's okay.
还可以。
可以 is something is okay, and 还 actually means still. So together it's just like, oh yeah, it's still okay, it's okay. What if I wanted to go a little bit more negative? I'm like, I don't really like it, or nah.
不怎么样。
Yeah, this fits especially the like 怎么样 question kind of style, because if you say 不怎么样, it's like there's nothing about it. Like it's already very negative. So I wouldn't normally say this unless you're really not into small talk and you want to cut it right here. Then you can maybe just say this one. So Lin, what does the passenger answer?
很有意思
What does this mean? 有意思.
，interesting。
Okay, so you find Shanghainese people very interesting. So that's a very positive thing, I think. So can I say 你的衣服很有意思?
What's wrong with my dress?
I actually wanted to say something positive, like I find them interesting, I like them.
Oh, you can say 我的衣服很漂亮。
So it's a little bit similar to English. Like I could say, oh yeah, your clothes are beautiful, you're pretty, but interesting could be interpreted in like this. Oh, your clothes are very interesting, or your clothes are very interesting.
Yes, 你的衣服很漂亮。你的衣服很有意思。 你的衣服很有意思。
Thank you. Okay, with all this, let's check out the dialogue again.
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
第一次来吗？
不是，这是第3次。
觉得上海人怎么样？
很有意思。
In today's lesson, you have learned how to ask somebody how she or he thinks about a certain topic, and we have learned how to use ordinal numbers in Chinese.
希望你们觉得今天的课程很有意思。
And this interesting was the positive one, because of course we hope that you enjoyed this class and that now you feel a little bit more prepared for your small talk with Chinese speakers. If you have any questions on this, let us know in the comment section below and we will be there for you. My name is Joe.
我是庆林，下次见，
Bye bye.
拜拜。
Now, here's a vocabulary recap.
第一次，
The first time.
觉得
To think.
上海人
Shanghainese people.
怎么样？
How is it?
有意思。
Interesting.